You're my doing, King Dingbat here, and today I have a special guest. A special guest. Everybody knows him the world over. NASA was so kind to allow Baddog on to Philly 500 stream. I am outlawed by NASA, so to have Baddog on, it is an honor. What is up, my man? How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you are too. Yes. Shh. I told you before the stream, I'm so NASA. I out NASA to NASA. They don't even know that I'm here right now because otherwise, we might be in a world of trouble.
Right. You might be. Yeah. Exactly. What's up, Tim? What's up, Freshie? Tyler? I got the Sixers on right now. I know. Reaper, what is going on, everybody? How are you? So we got the Giants man on. We got a Giants man. Giants are very angry at us Eagle fans, or the Eagles, the team rather. It's been amazing to me, and I'm not gonna say you, but there's been a lot of crybaby Giant fans, in my opinion, still crying about the Eagles tanking that last game, and I understand it. I think the Eagles actually handled it wrong, but I mean, it is what it is, my friend. You know.
Hey, listen, I agreed with your video, and you said that if they were going to do that, they should have started Nate Sudfeld. I completely agreed with you on that. Listen, man. Yeah, did I like that Philly did that? Of course I didn't. It's the only time in my life, or one of the only times in my life I actually rooted for you guys to win. We didn't win enough games. We were 6-10. We didn't deserve to win the division. And I think it's a big reason. But honestly, I think that what the Eagles did was a big reason why the Giants went out and tried to kill it in free agency this year, because they want to get better and not have to rely on somebody else in the last week of the season to help us win the division. But we didn't deserve it. I mean, yeah, we're always going to have the hatred for one another. And any reason we can have the hate on Philadelphia, or any reason Philadelphia can have the hate the Giants, we're going to do it. But at the end of the day, we didn't win enough games, and 6-10 didn't deserve to win this division.
No, it did. And look, think about this. I mean, if we could get you week 1 in New York, I think that would be great TV. Like Monday Night Football, week 1, Eagles Giants. Definitely. I mean, that's the way it should be. I don't mind playing the heel. I don't mind being the bad guys going into that game. I'm totally content with it. You know what I mean?
Well, the first time we play, I just hope we wallop you like 31-10. Like that'd be the best.
I don't think that's going to happen. See, I think that we own you right now. So until you guys pull off like 3 in a row, then I'm going to say things are still the way they are. You know, they go in their patterns. Their
we had you the first game. Evan Ingham sucks. And then we beat you the second game. Things are turning around. Things are turning around. I can feel it.
I know, but it's not like we beat you. It's that the way we beat you is always bizarre, right?
I know. I've been watching it for 37 years. So whether it's Via Sikahima going through the end zone and punching the freaking goalpost, or it's Brian Westbrook returning a freaking punt when we're beating it 14 or 10-7 and you can't score, and we kick the ball to him, or it's Deshaun Jackson in the Miracle in the Meadowlands 2, or whatever it is. Carl Banks, or the blocked field goal.
That's the one that nobody talks about. That's the one.
Fails.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. Jeff Bone and Pookie, man, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, one love to both of y'all. Thank you all for this. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Baddog, thank you for coming. I appreciate it on your day off. I know Lakers got big things going on. Big things for your Lakers, huh?
Yeah, we'll see. Well, they're not my Lakers, but I stream them. But yes.
Yeah, not your Lakers.
Andre Drummond in the house. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow night will be a good game. Bucks, Lakers could be a preview of the finals.
Yeah.
It'll be a good game.
So give me an overview of what you feel the Giants have done this offseason, like what you've liked, what you don't like, and what your concerns are as of right now.
I don't think there's anything they've done that I didn't like. The only thing maybe is I thought they paid these guys more than I thought they would. I thought $39 million for Jackson was a lot, but the thing is, these are shorter contracts. So we get out after 2 years. This isn't like when Jerry Reese was here and he gave these guys 5-year deals. These are 3 and 4 year deals. So really, I love what they've done. I mean, they've done everything that they had to do except for maybe get a lineman. We didn't use help on the offensive line, but they went out. They got a number 1 receiver. We needed that in the worst way. This was a make or break for Daniel Jones. They went out. They got the best receiver that they could get on the market. They went out and they fixed the cornerback 2 spot that was filled by Isaac Yiadom last year, and now you got a legitimate cornerback 2 to go opposite of Bradbury. They re-signed Leonard Williams. That was huge. He was our best player on defense last year, him and Bradbury. So that was enormous. They got Logan Ryan back. That was enormous. So I feel like they did a really good job. They got a lot of low-risk, high-reward guys like John Ross, a year, $2.5 million. Deningbo from Minnesota. I like him again, $2.5 million. He got a lot of quarterback pressures last year. Reggie Ragland on a one-year deal. So I think the Giants did a good job this year in offseason. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I've said this in my videos, the first time, and I can honestly say it's the first time, like in my heart, that I'm excited about Giants football probably in the last 4 years. I'm actually excited to see what they do this year.
Yeah, I think you should be. I definitely do. John Dunham, thank you for the super chat. He says, for some old reason, every 4 years, the Giants beat the Eagles at least once. Then the Eagles sweep y'all. No hate, bad dog. John Dunham, thank you for the super chat, man. I agree. I will say this. I really liked the Adoree Jackson signing. I mean, I think the Galladay signing was really good for you guys. But that Adoree Jackson signing, I think, could be very, very underrated. Because that guy is 25 years old, extremely talented.
Yeah,
and now he's coming in as a second corner. I that is a sneaky good signing for you guys. You know,
it definitely bolsters the defense, and that's the thing. This defense was good last year with that hole over there on the right side, and we get a healthy Xavier McKinney, which is great because McKinney was a big help last year. He made a big impact in the last few games of the season. So, secondary is stacked. Obviously, we could still use like a real edge rusher, but when you have a good secondary, you get a lot of coverage sacks. So again, I'm excited to see what we do.
Yeah, and let me say this to everybody in the chat right now. I'm using StreamYard, so sometimes it comes in your chat's delayed. If I miss anybody's chat, it is not on purpose. It goes very, very quick, and it's really hard to keep up with everything. I do not miss anybody's chats, or I don't ignore. There's nobody I'm ignoring on here. I just want to say that because people, they get concerned. It's just sometimes it's hard to read every chat, especially when you got a guest on. So I just want you guys to know that. But I do my best. And I am a dingbat, and that is true. And Bad Dog does work for NASA. And, I think Bad Dog, I think your Giants, I think the key to your Giants is your quarterback. I don't know what Daniel Jones is yet. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I'm really curious. I think if he's decent, you could win the division. If he's not, I think you're in trouble.
Well, listen, we're going to find out this year. This was the whole thing about getting Kenny Galladay, John Ross. They had to go out and build all these weapons around. They had to, because the Giants need to know, hey, 2021, now you have no excuses. You got a year under Garrett's system. You're going to have a full off season. We got you weapons, and you're either the guy now or you're not. So the Giants know this year, we're either extending this guy or we're letting him walk. Right. There's no excuses now.
So you got Galladay, Shepard, right? Slayton. That's a pretty. I like Slayton a lot. I mean, I think that's a pretty damn good receiving core, actually. And Golden Tate's gone, right?
He's gone. Yeah, we cut him, saved a lot of points. So Darius Slayton as a number 2 receiver should flourish. Shepard in the slot. And then again, you got a guy like John Ross, you got Dante Pettis. I mean, there's some guys that may be able to do some things that they could use a little creativity to get those guys the ball.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, Daniel Jones, to me, physically, I think he's got it. I think he throws an accurate deep ball. I think that he definitely run. He's tall. He's pretty accurate. But to me, mentally, he's not confident. I think sometimes it takes a little bit too long to process the plays. And sometimes I think he tries to force the ball. And sometimes I think he's a little late with the ball. These are things he has to work on. So if he can get that all together and get his confidence, I feel like he could have a good season. If he continues to struggle and turn the ball over, it could get in his head. He could struggle again this year.
I kind of agree with you. Cruising 26, my man. Thank you for super chat. He says Eagles get ready to get swept. I'm not so sure that's going to happen. That's not going to happen. And look, everybody, if you haven't, please please subscribe. Click the link in the description. Go sub up Bad Dog if you haven't. If you haven't, I don't know where the hell you've been. I mean, this guy has been around busting our balls forever. He's one of the great content creators out of all YouTube. One of my favorites. No doubt about it. You'll always enjoy it, especially when he's upset. Like, there's nothing like Baddog when he's pissed off. Those are my favorite moments. Baddog is a mad dog. Baddog is a mad dog because he knows the Giants always stink. Thank you. There's a whole other
remote this time. The remote.
I know the remote's right here, actually.
Yeah, right there.
There it is. but no, make sure you guys sub him up. You will not be disappointed, even though he works for NASA. That's okay. That is okay. You know how many people are going to be pissed off at me now because they're going to be, why are you busting on NASA? Why are you waiting on NASA? I just say he works. He works in the special effects department. That's all. You see the green screen behind him.
That's right.
It's all good. It's all good. So, what do you think? What do you want at the draft? Like, what's your number one target?
Oh man, the Giants. Well, that was another thing. Getting Kenny Golladay allows the Giants to be extremely flexible at number 11. I'm a Kyle Pitts guy. I've been a Kyle Pitts guy. I don't care. We can definitely use Rashawn Slater. If the Giants are an offensive line, I'm not going to be upset. We could definitely use an offensive lineman. If they go Micah Parsons, I'm not going to be upset with that. It'd be amazing to have a beast as a linebacker like that.
Is he the best defensive player in this draft, you think?
Yes, I do. I think he's the best defensive player in the draft. I think Kyle Pitts could be the best player in the draft. There's some mocks that haven't fallen to the Giants. I would kill. Listen, I've been all about Kyle Pitts anyway since the end of the year, before the end of the year even started. And all I can think to myself is, you draft Kyle Pitts, you can move Everett Ingram the hell out of here. You save yourself $6 million. He's on his 5th-year option. There's no cap hit. He's not coming back next year. Maybe you get an early 4th-round pick from Jacksonville for Everett Ingram. So you'd save $6 million, get an extra pick, and you draft an absolute beast of a tight end who is built like a tight end. He's 6'6", 246. And we all saw him run a 4.46 at his pro day. So I wanted Kyle Pitts before the 4.46 40.
Right.
I mean, that guy's a freak. And I'm just thinking Kyle Rudolph. I said this before. You have Kenny Golladay over here. You got Kyle Rudolph. You got Saquon Barkley in the backfield. You got Shepard in the slot. You got Kyle Pitts and Darius Slayton. And Daniel Jones can run. Who the hell's stopping that at the 7-yard line?
Right.
There's so many options. There's so many great red zone targets, which is something we haven't had since Jones has been here. So, I mean, Kyle Pitts is my guy, but there's a bunch of
you know, I'm in love with Kyle Pitts. Like, I think you're right. I think he could be literally the best player in this draft. I think he's one of these guys that come around not so often, and I don't think he's going to be around when you pick or we pick.
Right.
You know, I was hoping we would stay at 6 just to pick him. I would have been okay with that. I mean, I think he can play watch.
Because you guys traded out of the 6th spot, there's actually a lot of mocks that have Pitts going to the Giants now. That changed a lot of things.
That will kill me, Baddog. That will kill me. See, Steve Scoggins says, on the 10th pick in 2020 NFL draft, Cowboys selecting Kyle Pitts. Seagull fans cry again. See, Dallas fans think they're getting Kyle Pitts. Giant fans want Kyle Pitts. The Eagle fans want Kyle Pitts. If he gets by 9, I'm going to lose. This wall's coming down, because if we get to 8 or 9, I want the Eagles to move up. You know, and hey, Vladimir Putin, President Putin's here. Thank you for super chat. He says, and Baddog, you have the ugliest feet on YouTube. That is true. Ugliest feet I've ever seen. No question. All green screen, except for them feet. The distorted hands. What can you say? Joseph Vega, man, thank you for the super chat. Philly 500, I'm glad you love the blanket. Baddog, you signed injury-prone players to a lot of money. Your running back was hurt. Your quarterback stinks. We sweep you. Joseph Vega, I love that blanket. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to let Baddog answer the second part of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy. You're paying Carson Wentz $33 million to play for the Colts. You got nothing to say to me, son. Nothing to say to me. Jackson missed last year. That was about it. And Kenny Golladay could have played last year. He didn't, because he didn't want to hurt himself, which is a big reason he fell out of favor with Detroit, and why a lot of people were concerned about signing him, because he definitely could have played the last few games and didn't. So I'm not too worried about it. The Giants took a chance. You have to take a chance. The Giants had to go for it. They did. They wanted to accelerate the rebuild. That's a chance you take when you sign any free agent. It doesn't matter. Look at J.J. Watt. The guy never had an injury problem. The Titans, listen to me. The Texans give him all that money, and he sucks. He had 76.5 sacks his first 5 years in the league, or 74.5 sacks. He had 26 the last 5 years. You never know. You really don't. And Barkley, hey, you know what? Bad luck. It happens. But, you guys signed Deshaun Jackson. I mean, how many times was that guy injured? You signed Carson Wentz to a massive deal after he tore his ACL. So
I still agree with that signing is done. But look, Baddog may have the ugliest feud, YouTube, but Kara says he has the best jawline, though, because she ain't talking my jawline's like Haagen-Dazs. She's talking about Baddog's jawline.
I have heard that I have a very good jawline before. It's an interesting compliment, but
it's very interesting. Look at that. Brandon Pyatt, thank you for super chat. Only on my channel you're going to get crazy questions like that.
You haven't seen my channel, then.
Yeah, look. I'm not the Rudolph signing doesn't do anything for me. I don't know what he has left, but Kyle Pitts to the Giants or Dallas, I think is devastating. Like that would be devastating. I think he'll be gone. I think he's going to go like to Miami or somebody like that. I really don't think he's going to last.
Well, I'm surprised if he makes it to.
But if he gets to like 8. With the amount of picks we have, if he's at 8 or 9, I gotta go up and get him. Like I can't let him fall to Dallas or the Giants. I just can't do it.
I'll be honest. It wouldn't be smart for Dallas to take him. Dallas still needs a lot of help on defense. Dallas doesn't need any offensive weapons. Dallas has one of the best receiving cores in the league with Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup. They don't need him, and they got a good tight end. Dallas does not need him. They need defense. They scored plenty of points last year, but they were 6-10. So they need defense. But if they took Pitts, I wouldn't blame them.
No, I mean, if we're talking to the guy's the best player in the draft, I'm always a big believer that you really in the first round you always take that best player available. Yeah. You got to. Philly fan D says Giant and Dallas fans bragging and lost 10 games. I don't think Bad Dog's bragging.
I definitely brag. I actually said right at the beginning of the stream we needed to win more games.
That's right. John Gill, thank you for super chat, man. I appreciate it. He says you're right. 500. Baby arm Singleton covering Pitts as a Giant is scary. Yeah, can you imagine the Eagles linebackers? Look, we don't have good linebackers. You imagine them trying to stay with Pitts? I don't even think corners can cover this guy, let alone linebackers.
One thing I'll say about Kyle Rudolph, he's a good red zone target. And he's dropped 2 passes in the last 2 years.
Right.
Well, Evan Ingram can somehow get 2 drops in one play. I mean, we all know that. Evan Ingram's he's not it.
Yeah. Brandon Pyatt, man, thank you so much for the super chat. I forgot to tell you something, Philly. Pause. Yeah, you see this pause thing that they all say now? Like apparently I can't say, like, if I say I love Kyle Pitts, I have to say pause, right? Otherwise, they think that I mean like I'm romantically into Kyle Pitts. Gotcha. So you got to go pause.
Even though you're married, and you got
even though I'm married, matrimonial duties left and right, popping out children here and there and everywhere.
I do know.
It's a crazy world we live in. Joey Shakes.
Joey's the man, by the way.
He is. Joey Shakes is the man. Me and him got some plans for some football stuff coming. But he says, much respect to Bad Dog. I think Devontae Smith could be the pick for the Eagles. Where do you think Smith lands, Bad Dog? Question is for both of you. Okay, both of us. I think there's a good shot Devontae Smith's going to be at 11 and or 12. I think that's right around where he's going to go. What do you think, Bad Dog?
I agree. Again, I think with San Francisco trading up, obviously you're going to have 3 quarterbacks go right away. And I still think that the Falcons could be in the market for a quarterback as well. Not that he would start over Matt Ryan, but he could definitely wait in the wings. There's 4 quarterbacks everybody talked about. Trey Lance, obviously Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. There's 4 right there. And then of course you got Mac Jones, kind of a distant 5th. Kyle Trask will be near the back end of the first round or second round. I don't think Kyle Trask goes that early, but it'll be interesting. You're definitely going to lose Penei Sewell. I would imagine Cincinnati's got to go offensive line, and Burrow's already tore his ACL. I mean, they better protect him.
Right.
Pitts may go. Jamar Chase is probably going to go. You might lose another lineman. You might get, Surtain going top 10 or Farley. I mean, there's a good possibility that Devontae Smith does fall out of the top 10, in which it would be available for the Eagles or the Giants.
Yeah, and the thing that what I do, and I hate to say anything good about the Giants, but the thing that I like what you did this offseason is I think that when you going into the draft, I think you guys can go any different direction. You could go a number of different ways. I think you should. If I was the Giants, I'd probably focus on my line, but you could go receiver, you could go linebacker, because you guys were kind of balanced in your free agency. I think you guys did a really good job this offseason.
The last years, I think Gettleman did a really good job in the free agency. I don't think it's any coincidence that Joe Judge is there, and all of a sudden the free agent picks got a lot better. So I also felt like he had a good draft last year. I know Andrew Thomas struggled a bit, McKinney was hurt, but Thomas got better. McKinney played really well when he was healthy. Darnay Holmes had a great season. And we saw guys like Cam Brown, Carter Coughlin, Tay Crowder, guys in the 6th and 7th round last year, having a big impact on the field. So when you get all those guys in there that are playing and making impacts, it's pretty good. So we need another draft like that. And listen, we have an easier schedule. I think the Giants can have a winning record this year. I really do.
Oh, I mean, in this division, I think it's wide open. Cock Lobster, thank you for the super chat, man. I do, you know. Now, if you guys haven't, please please subscribe. Also, make sure you click the link in the description and sub up Baddog if you haven't. Just sub him up. You ain't gonna regret it. I promise. He is the man. No question about it.
Yeah.
Do you think?
How can I be the man when you the man?
I know. You know, I have to have you tell the people before the show's over the NASA story because my people have not heard.
Oh yes, I know.
We'll have to tell that at the end.
Definitely,
because that is great. I always think of that. But so do you think how many quarterbacks do you think go in this top 10? Do you think 5 quarterbacks can go within the top 10?
I don't think 5 are. I do think 4 though. I think the first 3 picks are quarterbacks, and we'll see. If the Falcons go there. I don't know who else. I'm trying to think of who else is picking in the top 10 that will go a quarterback.
Denver could, right? Denver could.
Is Denver? They are top 10.
They're 9, right? They're 9.
Yeah, they could. I mean,
Carolina.
It is possible that Mac Jones ends up there.
What do you think Mac Jones is the top 10? I
think Kyle Pitts is going to end up at Carolina. I just have a feeling that's where he ends up.
Dude, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be mad. I would try to send Carolina my 12th pick, maybe like my 2nd pick, and maybe like Ertz. Send him Ertz, you know. But Kyle Pitts is the guy. I mean, that's the guy I would love to have. That's my dream pick right there.
I think a lot of people want Kyle Pitts in the team.
I just see him as he's one of those guys. I don't even think he's just a tight end. I think he could play outside. He could play. You can move him all over. There's not many guys like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the size and speed. It's insane.
Yeah. Jeff Namath thinks the Falcons will trade down. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I would not be surprised.
People always say about the Giants, we hear a lot about you should trade back, we should trade back, but you need a partner to trade back with. This is what you have to think about the Falcons. You have to find a partner that needs a quarterback. And usually you're only going to trade up into the top 5. Wherever Falcons are picking it, where are they picking? 6th? Right. I don't even know where they're picking.
No, the Falcons pick 4.
Oh, 4. Oh, they're picking 4th. Okay, so you really are going after a quarterback to trade up into the top 5 because you're going to have to give up a monumental amount of draft picks. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who would trade with the Falcons unless they wanted a quarterback. Right. You're not going to trade up there to get Kyle Pitts. You're not going to trade up there to get Jamar Chase. You're not going to give up a bunch of just draft picks, draft capital to get a wide receiver or tight end. I can't see that happen. Usually you only trade up for a quarterback that far up into the draft. Mm-hmm. But you never know. Yeah.
Danny wants me to ask you this question. I was going to ask you this later, so you can answer this now. Baddog, how do you see the division playing out as of right now in 2021? I know it's early.
If we all know the Giants win the division, I mean,
okay. Yeah, right.
What am I going to say right now? Of course we're winning the division. I mean, come on, man. We almost won it last year. We beat Washington twice. Well, I mean, we own Washington like you guys have owned us. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Of course, we've owned Washington like that
for years.
Our history, last 10 years. So it's always funny. I love when I almost slipped and said the word. I always like when Washington fans try to bust on Daniel Jones. That makes me laugh because Daniel Jones is 4-0 against Washington. I always find that amusing.
Yeah.
In all honesty. I think that you guys, in my opinion, are going through a rebuild. I don't think you'll be there at the end of the year.
So you think we're like a last place team?
Yes, I do. You guys have a lot of stuff going on. You got number one. You traded back to 12. I don't know what kind of impact player you're going to get at 12. Obviously, you're stocking picks to rebuild. That's what you're doing. So, and you really couldn't do a lot in free agency because you're cap strapped. Mm-hmm. But I think that the Giants, Washington, and Dallas could all fight for the division. And I think, and again, it's no knock on Philadelphia. And I don't like your quarterback. And I want to explain that real quick, okay?
All right.
You can go to any of my videos or any of my streams or anything before the draft happened, before it. Mm-hmm. And I say numbers of times, I don't like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a 4th-round talent. I don't like him. He's not an NFL quarterback. It had nothing to do with him going to Philadelphia. I know I love to hate on Philadelphia any chance I get.
Oh, we know.
But Jalen Hurts that's got nothing to do with me. All of a sudden now he's going to stink because he's an Eagle. I would say to the Eagle fans, if you really want to know about Jalen Hurts, the reason I say this, I'm a Sooner fan. So I watched Jalen Hurts every game last year. I know what Jalen Hurts' strengths and weaknesses are. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me. Ask any Oklahoma Sooners fan and ask any Alabama Crimson Tide fan. You ask them what they think of Jalen Hurts. They will give you an honest opinion without maybe being biased like I am or against Eagles. Ask them. They'll give you an honest opinion. I don't think he's as talented as Baker. I don't think he's as talented as Murray. I don't even think he's as talented as Spencer Rattler.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. But
I will say I do remember you specifically talking about Hurts before the Eagles even drafted him. So I do remember that. Did he surprise you in what you saw of him last year?
The game against the Saints surprised me. But the last 2 games of the season, that's kind of what I think you're getting from him. I just don't – he's not a quarterback that's going to throw the ball 40 times and be successful. That's not him. He's a gadget guy. He's a guy you bring inside the 20. You can run a little wildcat with him. He can throw. He can run. You can do things like that with him. But he's not a franchise quarterback in my opinion. He's just not. He doesn't have a good, accurate deep ball at all. Again, I don't like his mechanics that much. And I don't know, man. He just – when Oklahoma was playing and he wasn't running, I'm like, will you run? I tell Lincoln Riley, I scream at TV, will you run him? Can he run? Will you run him? Because he's only successful when he's running. And this was in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. They're more successful with him running than passing. Mm-hmm. The Big 12 don't play in defense.
Right. They don't. Right. Yeah. No.
And he had CeeDee Lamb to throw to. Who's he got to throw to on Philadelphia?
You got Jalen Reagor, buddy. Jalen Reagor.
Well, you know how I feel about him.
I know. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. Joseph Vega, thank you for super. Let me get some of the super chats real quick. Joseph Vega, thank you for super chat. Big Baddog, what do you think about the 17 game schedule? And 49ers are going to take Jones. I don't think the 49ers are going to take Jones. What do you think about the 17 game schedule? Like it, dislike it?
I mean, we knew it was coming. Anytime you get more football, I'm fine with that. We all know that's for money.
Well, oh yeah. I have no problem with it.
I don't either. We drew tough game though. I mean, we got the Dolphins. It's gonna be
we got the Jets.
You guys, the Jets have never beaten you guys.
No, never. Brandon Pyatt, thank you for the super chat, man. He says you like the idea of league making 17 games. Appreciate that. We both like it. Let me get to some of these. Black Moses, man, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. I appreciate you joining, man. It means a lot to me, and I gave you that little mod. Philly Eagles 559, thank you for super chat. Hey, Philly 500, out here in Pismo drinking beers with my wife, Nicole, looking at the beach, listening to the Eagles talk. Thanks for being the cherry on top. No problem, man. Thank you, man. I wish I was sitting at the beach.
I just got a little jealous. I just pictured that nighttime, beach, warm wind coming off the ocean, a cold beer. My wife.
I know.
Yep. Just got a nice picture and just got a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I ain't gonna lie.
As I sit here in upstate New York where it's going to snow on Thursday.
So you don't think is it going to snow, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to get 1 to 3 inches, and it's going to be 60 degrees. I'm like, listen, a week ago, Friday, it was 75 here. Monday, it was 36. Tomorrow, or today was 65. Tomorrow's supposed to be 62, and that's supposed to be 35 on Thursday. That's March and early April up here. It is insane the way the weather moves around up here.
You know why that is, though. That's because NASA's messing up with the atmosphere. In the Northeast. They use the atmosphere as like a giant green screen. It's a blue screen. Same thing.
I have to try to figure out a way to reverse it so that we have warm weather here. I haven't figured that out yet.
That's true too. It's connected to the fake alien invasion, which will be coming some point in time. No, it's called Project Bluebeam. Look it up. Watch, I'm going to get demonetized for this now. Jesse Davis says Hurts will ball out. Look, I understand what Bad Dog's saying. He watches a lot of the Sooners and things. What I saw of Jalen Hurts was a guy who I think can play in this league. I think it's. I'm not going to give him the franchise. I haven't seen enough of him, but I think the Eagles should go into the season and give him the opportunity to win the job. If you were a Eagle fan and you had Hurts right now, would you want them to draft another quarterback or give him the opportunity?
Listen, this is what I'll say. Number one, I think that you should have drafted a quarterback. And then listen, the Eagles are not confident in Jalen Hurts. They tried to trade up with the Jets to get a quarterback. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
So there is no doubt in my mind that tells you right there we have no confidence in him. And 7 out of 20 with an interception against Washington through 3 quarters and 72 yards. That's not getting it done. You
mean that game that you guys were mad that he got pulled out of?
He still gave you a better chance winning than Sudfeld did. Sudfeld ain't taking a snap for 2.5 years. That's all. And it's the truth. I mean, Jalen Hurts can run. I mean, Sudfeld came in there and looked like me trying to throw the ball. It was bad.
It was so bad.
It was really bad. But that's what I think they really should have taken a quarterback. I don't know why you wouldn't. You got rid of Wentz. You're obviously going to take the cap hit this year, but that you alleviated yourself with that massive contract. To me, you should have taken a quarterback. But
I don't like getting rid of Wentz. I didn't like that whole thing. I don't like it. I would have let him and Hurts compete, but it is done. Okay, but now you've traded back from 6 to 12. Some of the rumors out there is that the Eagles are stockpiling firsts to trade up to 2. Because the Jets, if they trade, they want 4 first rounds. I don't know if that's true or not. I like Zach Wilson a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I think he's an absolute stud.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, the Jets could use a quarterback. Sam Darnold's on the last year of his rookie contract. Sam Darnold ain't the guy there.
No.
I think the Jets could end up trading Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think so. I just wonder what they could get, you know. David Mon, man, thank you for super chat. He says, Devontae Smith. That is all. I hear you. Devontae Smith, every comment. Devontae Smith, that is all. Nitro Freak, he's in the house. He agrees with you on Jalen Hurts.
Yes, he does.
Thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, we have the same championship odds as the Giants do. Let that sink in. Daniel Jones stinks.
We shouldn't have we should not have good odds to win the championship. We're not a championship team yet. We're building towards it, but no. Not close. I'll be happy we have a winning record. We're not close to championship contender. I think we could go 9-8 or 10-7 if we stay healthy, but championship, no, not close to that yet. Give us a couple of years, maybe, but now, no, not close.
Yeah. Jesus Dominguez, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Appreciate you joining. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Joseph Vega, he says 1 Lawrence, 2 Fields, 3rd Jones, 4th Wilson, 7th Lance. That's a lot of quarterbacks to go. 1, 2, 3, 5 quarterbacks. That's a lot. Joseph Vega, thank you for super chat.
I would be shocked if Mac Jones went 3rd. I think the Jets are taking Zach Wilson.
I do too. I think Wilson goes. I think it's going to be. The question is the Niners. Do they like Fields or do they like Lance?
I don't know. I think they like Fields, but I thought you guys were going to take Trey Lance. I really did, since he went to the same college as Carson Wentz. I thought you guys were going to go that route. I really did. Yeah. I was surprised you didn't trade it back.
I don't want him. I don't want a quarterback this year. We got 3. Here's how I see it. We have 3 number 1s next year, most likely, unless Carson doesn't play 70% of his snaps, which could happen. Then it's a 2nd. But if we end up with 3 first-round picks and we give Hurts the year and he stinks, we're going to be bad anyways, right? You think we're going to be basement anyway. So we're probably what? Top 10? So you got top 10 pick with 2 other first-round picks. At that point, then you make the move for the quarterback.
This is the problem. The quarterback class next year is weak.
There's one guy, right?
That's the problem. This year was really strong.
Yeah.
Next year, it's not. That's the problem with moving your draft picks around. You really don't know what you're going to get next year. Like there's Giants fans on our streams that say we shouldn't have picked Daniel Jones. We should have waited for Justin Herbert. I wanted Justin Herbert in 2019. I thought he was going to come out of Oregon, but he didn't. He went back for a senior year.
Right.
You can't sit there and go, we have to wait next year to draft a quarterback because you don't know where you're picking next year.
Right.
You don't know who's picking ahead of you, who may need a quarterback. You can't ever play that game. So
yeah, I mean, you're definitely taking a chance. No question about it. Black Moses, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. See, I think I got one more here. See if I can find it.
This is the one thing I'll say. Well, we'll get that, and then I'll ask.
Okay, yeah. Manuel Gonzalez, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, Cooper, Gallup, Lamb, Pitts, that is all. I'm telling you, Dallas, they don't even care about defense. You're going to lose every game 44-40. That's how you'll lose. You'll lose every game. You got no defense. I would think Dallas would take like Surtain or somebody like that. You know, that would seem like a good pick. Emmanuel Gonzalez, though, thank you for super chat. But, I mean, look, you never know. You never know. So what were you going to
I just heard somebody in the chat said Spencer Rattler's not an NFL-ready quarterback. No, he was a freshman. Of course he's not an NFL-ready quarterback this year. Give him 2 more years at Oklahoma, and he will be. But he's not everybody's Trevor Lawrence. Not everybody's NFL-ready their freshman season. It's just Trevor Lawrence is a rare species. This is what I'll ask them. Well, everybody in the chat, all the Eagle fans talking about Daniel Jones stinks, Daniel Jones stinks, Daniel Jones this, Daniel Jones that.
I love it.
Tell me why Jalen Hurts is better. Tell me what Jalen Hurts does better than Daniel Jones.
I think he moves better. I definitely think he moves better.
Are you out of your mind? Have you seen Daniel Jones run? Daniel Jones clocked.
Daniel Jones, I'll never forget running clear and tripping over his own big feet.
That typifies Daniel Jones. But
I don't think Jalen Hurts Baddog trips there.
There's 2 quarterbacks that ran faster than him: Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson. No, so Daniel Jones moves fine. Daniel Jones' problem is processing the play fast enough. That's his issue, and his confidence level. That's it's all in here. Daniel Jones can play physically, but okay. So you said he moves better, but what else does he do?
I thought I like his poise. I like his poise. Now, the problem is we don't have enough of a sample size. We're talking about a guy that's played 2 years, right? And then a guy who's played literally, 4 games? So it's very hard to say, you know. William Cuzza, 500, thought you should know everything is going good. When I was in the hospital with the leg infection, I've had visiting nurse coming in twice a week, changing my Band-Aid. I'm glad that you're doing better, my man. That's good to hear.
Somebody says Hurts makes better decisions. Hurts had a 52% completion percentage and a higher interception rate than Daniel Jones. And this is without defenses having film on Jalen Hurts. So try again.
I mean, listen,
I can get – listen, like I said, I watch Jalen Hurts every game in Oklahoma.
Oh, I know.
So I know about Jalen Hurts. This isn't just me saying, I'm just going to hate him because he's an Eagles quarterback. It's not true. He's just –
But you do hate him because he's an Eagle quarterback.
Well, I just hate that he went to the damn Eagles because the Eagles and the Cowboys always take the Sooners. Always.
Right.
DeMarco Murray, even back in the Charles Tapper, Neville Gallimore, CeeDee Lamb. What the hell? Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Joseph Vega, thank you for super chat. I'm telling you, 49ers taking Mac Jones for real. I don't think they're taking Mac Jones. I mean, we'll see. I think Shanahan wants Fields or Lance, somebody that can move. I think he would love one of those guys. Porter Rock, thank you for the super chat. You think Howie takes the quarterback from DeVry University? Who I don't even know who the quarterback from DeVry University is.
DeVry, is that a trucking school?
I don't know. Yeah, it is. Actually, I think it is. Yeah, with those info commercials, right? That's it. Yeah, I remember those.
He's got to be older. He's got to be older to remember DeVry because I remember DeVry when I was a kid.
That's right. Yeah, they would come on when you're home sick.
Awesome. That was a good comment.
That's a good. David Mudd, thank you and welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Thank you and welcome to Dingbat Nation. You're a mod already, so I appreciate it. Let me run through. We're getting a lot of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Black Moses, thank you for super chat, man. 500, thanks for welcoming me into Dingbat Nation. Question for Baddog. Honestly, who on the Eagles roster makes you worry on Sundays? Thank you for super chat. Great question, by the way.
Fletcher Cox always. Yeah. He just Giants killer. Fletcher Cox could be 60 years old in a wheelchair and he would still worry me. Always. Yeah. Always. Now that Deshaun Jackson ain't there, that guy always worried me, no matter what. That guy could be on one leg and he would. Yeah.
He killed you. McCoy killed you guys.
Oh, Westbrook killed us.
Westbrook killed you. That's right. Randall used to kill you guys.
I love Randall.
I do too.
I love him.
How can you not love him?
Yeah.
One Stick Dick, thank you for the super chat. Baddog, your opinion, how have the Eagles handled the Wentz fiasco and the moves Howie made in the aftermath? Great question. Thank you for the super chat. I want to hear a Giants perspective on that.
I have no idea what I don't even know. How do you give the guy 4 years, $128 million? And in the year that you do that, you go out and draft the quarterback in the second round. Why? Why even give Wentz the money? Just leave that contract out. Now it's costing you $33 million this year. Why didn't you just let him walk and get a compensatory pick for him and then take Jalen Hurts?
Right.
He handled it terribly. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Wentz. I liked Wentz. I mean, anybody tell you, I liked Carson Wentz. I thought Carson Wentz could have been a top 5 quarterback in the league. I still do. He's 6'5". He can run. Well, he doesn't run like he used to because of the ACL, unfortunately. But he's 6'5". He's got a rifle. I always liked Carson Wentz. But I don't know what happened there. I can't figure. I don't know if that was something with Peterson. I don't know if it was something with the front office, the play. Like I don't know because I don't follow the Eagles like that. I just thought they handled it poorly. It's very hard to know what really went on because he hasn't talked about it. When he had his press conference with the Colts, they tried to hold the Philly media from even asking questions or being involved in it. Okay, I don't know what happened, but what it sounds like is that him and Howie Roseman had a falling out. He didn't trust him, especially, which makes sense. You tell the guy, hey, I'm going to get you weapons, then you draft Jalen Hurts, right? And then when he was struggling, it was said that he was that Howie was going to Peterson saying we got to give Hurts more snaps, more reps. Right. So I mean, he probably wanted to get the hell out of that situation. And I was hoping he would have wanted to come back and fight for that job. But I think a lot of it had to do with Howie Roseman. I don't agree with them trading him. I don't think it was the right move. I kind of am over it now because it's happened. But I would never quit on a guy you sign that kind of money to after one bad year. Weird. Especially when you have a coaching change and stuff. Like the whole reason they brought the coaching staff that they brought in, we thought was to kind of help Carson. Yeah,
didn't make sense.
It was weird.
It's a weird situation, and there's still a lot of unanswered questions.
Yep.
Eagle Body Bags, thank you for super chat. So I'm trading my first round pick, a third round pick, Jalen Hurts, Zach Ertz, to the Jets for Zach Wilson. His pro days was nasty. He's a Super Bowl in his blood. I like Zach Wilson a lot. Thank you for super chat. I don't think that's enough. You're not going to get. They're not going to do that trade.
Yeah, you'd have to give up more. You'd have to give up more picks. You'd probably have to give up all the picks you accrued from the Colts. You'd probably have to give up those 3 picks. Then you'd probably have to give up your 12. You'd probably have to give up 2 next year.
Right.
They're not going to. I'm telling you, the Jets would not want the Dolphin pick, or they're going to want your pick because basically going into this year, there's probably not a lot of people picking the Eagles to be better than the Colts or the Dolphins. So they're going to want your pick next year, your first this year, your first next year, and maybe one of those other picks and something else.
Right.
You really have to trade look at what the Niners gave up
to get up there. I know.
So you'd have to give up more than that to get to 2, especially because the Jets need a quarterback too.
You need at least 4 number ones. I mean,
it's
4. I don't think the Jets are going to trade that pick. I think they're going to take him.
I think they would too.
I like the kid a lot. What do you think of him? You like him?
Yeah, I mean he's pretty solid. I don't watch a lot of BYU football, so it's not like I could come on here.
Right.
Like Jalen Hurts, different story. Because I watch Oklahoma and I watch the Big 12, and same thing with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, obviously I watch Trevor Lawrence. I could speak more intelligently about those guys than I can as Zach. Well, I didn't watch him play. I just heard really good things about him.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I think he looks good. Inferno Production, thank you for the super chat. So, Dingbat, I think we're going Waddle or Horn if we don't trade up or Smith is gone. Also, Baddog, if Jones sucks this year, you give up on him? Thank you for super chat, man.
Waddle definitely could be there for you guys.
Who?
I think for sure.
I like Waddle. I do. I like Waddle.
I like Waddle better than Smith myself.
Do you really?
I let you know Waddle. Yeah.
I think Devontae Smith's a stud, man.
As far as Deion Jones goes, this is a make or break season for him. This is why the Giants went out and spent all the money on offense. because they have to know, okay, Daniel Jones, you didn't have Barkley last year. You didn't have a number one receiver last year. You have a tight end that drops everything in sight. Okay. So they had to go out and go, we need to know if Daniel Jones can play with all this talent around him. And if he can't, then you're not going to pick him up the fifth-year option. You're not going to extend him. They really needed to know this year what they're going to do with him in the future.
Yeah.
If he struggles with Kenny Golladay, and I'm not saying John Ross is great, because listen, man, I've used John Ross as the poster boy as to why the 40-yard dash is overrated since the league.
Right.
But you have Sterling Shepard, who's a pretty damn good slot receiver. You just picked up Kyle Rudolph, who's one of the best tight end or best red zone tight ends in the league. You got Darius Slayton, who can play, and now he's going to be wide receiver number 2. You're probably going to address your offensive line a little bit more. He's got no excuses. He's got another year under Garrett's system. He's got a full offseason, preseason, everything else to get acclimated to everything he needs to do. It's his third year in the league. Make or break, hands down. If he stinks, they're probably going to look to move on. If he's good, they're probably going to look to sign his fifth-year option and maybe go forward from there. So we'll see.
Wow, that'd be something if they really. I just lost you.
NASA?
Something you there?
I'm here.
I don't know. It went out for a second. I don't know what happened.
That was NASA. Something was flying overhead and just took the free.
I know NASA's messing with me. I know it. Freddie Limas, thank you for super chat. End of an era for the 8-8 Cowboys with 17 games. Ha Dallas still stinks. Yeah, no more 8. That's a
I did see that on I forgot where I saw that meme, but that was pretty funny.
That is hilarious. I love that. That is so true. The Black Line, what's up, my man? He says trading for Zach Wilson costs more than trading for Russell Wilson. Y'all wild. Not worth it. Laughing my ass off. It isn't worth it, I don't think.
The reason that would cost so much, Russell Wilson is 31 now, so he's been in the league 10 years. He's older, but he also makes a ton of money. Zach Wilson's going to be on a rookie contract. Most quarterbacks win Super Bowls on the rookie contract because you can pay other players around him. Once the quarterback gets all that money, you can't really put the money into other positions, and that's when you see things fall apart. Dallas just paid Dak all that money. Dallas better win immediately or they're done.
And I wanted to, that feeds right in because I was going to ask you your thoughts on the Cowboys this offseason and where they're at.
I remember last year, a couple of years ago, I came out and said the Eagles, it's 2019's boom or bust. That's the end. The window's closing because you paid Carson Wentz all that money. Now you got rid of Carson Wentz. But look at your cap situation. It's bad.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes, that is going to happen. They just got rid of both their tackles.
Right.
Pat Mahomes is great, but now we're going to see how good Pat Mahomes really is because you just gave him all that money. Now you can't put all that money into other positions. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl on his rookie contract. Carson Wentz, for all intents and purposes, won a Super Bowl on his rookie contract. It happens a lot. So, they had to keep Dak. They had to.
You have to.
Back at 10. But this is it. Dallas either going to do something this year or they're not, and then we'll see. They stink. I just want to say that for the record. Just because I hate Eagles fan, Dallas stinks. They suck.
Tell them your hatred for Dallas. I love it.
I hate Dallas. Don't ever get twisted. I can't stand Dallas. I
hate that team too.
I don't know who I hate. Nothing to be arrogant about. But the last time they won a Super Bowl, listen, I'm almost 45 years old. The last time Dallas won a Super Bowl, I wasn't even old enough to legally drink. I wasn't even in my 20s.
That's how old. We were still in high school, I think.
Yeah.
We were still in high school.
I was out.
Were we out of high school? What was the last year they won? 95, right?
January 96 they won last year.
Oh, yeah, we were done high school. Close enough. Joseph Vega, thank you for super chat. Shanahan said he likes Wilson, but Mac is more NFL ready. His team is ready to win now. Mac is more ready. Now he reads progressions faster, very accurate. If the Niners take Mac Jones, I think Atlanta's going to love that. I think they're going to go Fields. That would be something. That would be that you'll have 5 quarterbacks go in the first round, I think. If that happens.
There could be 6. Kyle Trask could definitely go to somebody at the end of the first round.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's crazy. Which King of Almore? Thank you so much for super chat. Hey, Baddog, what do you think about Michael Strahan getting his gap fixed?
Did he? Why?
I don't know. I didn't.
That was his character. Why would you do that? That'd be like me getting a nose job. What the hell would I do that for? That's part of my character. It's part of my charm. That's how do you get your gap fixed? What the hell's wrong with him? He's arrogant.
I don't know. That is arrogant.
And I can speak to this, and this is a fact. The New York Giants had training camp in Albany from 96 to 2012. For 17 years, they were upstate New York, and I used to go there every year. I'd take 3 weeks vacation in August, July, and I would go there. Strahan was an ass. Strahan was one of the nastiest people you'd ever want to know. He was a dick, to put it nicely. Oh, he was he was an arrogant, not a nice guy. Most of the Giants over there, they weren't good. He was terrible. And then Simba says Dallas does not stink. At least we don't overpay in free agency. You're right, because you didn't overpay Dak at all. That don't count. $40 million.
That was a lot of money. My gosh.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, you definitely didn't overpay. There.
They got what?
They don't overpay in free agency. $40 million a year for
$40 million. I mean, that's a lot of money. They got about a 2-year window, and they're in trouble. Timothy Looper says, and what's up, Timothy? He says, Baddog is laughing about 8-8, and his team OC is responsible for the 8-8. He owns the record. So he's saying you own the record because of your offensive coordinator.
He's not our head coach, though.
He's not your head coach. He's a decent offensive coordinator, though.
They did go 13-3 with Jason Garrett.
Yeah, they did. Romo choked some of them games. I don't care what anybody says. You look at that Seattle playoff game. How do you fumble that field goal?
That was awesome. I love
that. That was great. The greatest things ever.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Jerry, thank you for the super chat. He says Giants have a shot winning the NFC East.
I agree.
I think so. I think everybody. I even think the Eagles have a shot because I don't think it's all that good. Now the Eagles, they need things to go their way. We need guys like Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks. We need some of those guys that have not been healthy to actually stay healthy. That's the first thing.
The one thing I'll say, I feel like the teams in this division outside of Philadelphia, because you had no cap space, I feel like they improved a lot in free agency. That's where I think the big gap comes from. And then the Giants and Cowboys also pick ahead of Philadelphia in the draft this year. So we'll see.
What do you think about Washington? I mean, I think that they got a hell of a team, but they don't have a quarterback.
They have no quarterback. I'm not worried about a 48,000. I'm not worried about a 93-year-old Ryan Fitzmagic or Fitztrack.
No.
And until Washington actually beats us, they're never going to scare me. I mean, listen, Eagle fans, listen. When you play the Giants, are you ever scared of the Giants? Probably not, right? Why would you be? Because the Eagles have been killing us for 10 years.
Right.
So why the hell would I be scared of Washington? Daniel Jones is 4-0 against Washington.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones has won what? 8 games in his NFL career, right? He won 3 his rookie season because Eli won one of them. And then he won 5 last year because Colt McCoy won one of them. So he's won 8 games in 2 years. Half of the games that Daniel Jones has won in his career been against Washington. Why the hell would they scare me?
That's something, isn't it? Half of them been against Washington. Yeah, that's crazy.
Our quarterback, and they drafted Dwayne Haskins. Where the hell is he?
They need a quarterback bad. I mean, look, the thing with Fitzpatrick is he gets streaky, he can go off, but then he comes back down to earth. I mean, the guy's been 9 different teams. What has he ever won? What has he ever won? Nothing. So I don't know why anybody would think that he's what Washington needs. Rowan says, Baddog, I will admit Dak has put up good stats and never had a full 16-game losing season. But I will admit we've overpaid. Now it's hit or miss. Also, the Giants can win the East, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Giants could win the East. It's all going to come down to I mean, look, Dallas with Dak. If they improve their defense, they should be the favorites in the NFC East. I mean, they got But the question also with Dak is how healthy he is coming back from that injury. That was a brutal injury. You wonder how. I was too. I was streaming that game. Matter of fact, that was brutal.
That was cringe.
That was the.
That's what it looked like.
That might have been the day of the big Mark Holmes meltdown, where I by accident released his number.
I don't think it was.
Everybody was calling him. I might have been.
That was a good
then
one.
he's fighting with everybody. I'm like,
he was ready to throw down.
Taking out one cowboy at a time. Oh my God, he was so mad at me.
He wiped out a few with that one.
Man, that was like a bowling
Mark
ball.
Anthony, where's the fitness, was just sleeping on the couch.
He's like this. Michael Anthony, where's the fitness? That guy. Yeah, I go to do curls. I'm like, all right, let's see these curls. He's laying on the floor. I'm like, he's taking a nap. I thought that was so funny. He's a really good kid, though. He's a good kid.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. I love Mark. Mark is.
I love Mark. I love Michael. I love them both. Mr. Wright, thank you for the super chat. He says Strahan is my favorite Giant in all time. He was an ass, and I'm a Cowboys fan. I rank him above LT because I never saw LT play. LT was great, though. LT, let me tell you from an Eagles fan perspective, scariest defensive player that we've ever gone against. He frightened me. LT is the best, probably best defensive player we ever faced. Maybe arguably the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, Mr. Wright said it exactly right. I rank him above LT because I never saw LT play. Because anybody that did see Lawrence Taylor play, it ain't close. Strahan could not hold Lawrence Taylor's jock. Not close. Not close. Lawrence Taylor completely changed the way offenses had to block. Lawrence Taylor is the one that invented the strip sack. Lawrence Taylor could chase running backs down from across the field and cover wide receivers out in the flat.
Right.
That guy was you can't even you had to have seen him play to understand
how great
good he really was.
He
was insane.
Dude, I remember when there was talks. Do you remember when there was talks about trading him to Denver? They were pissed off. I guess maybe he had some off the field. And they were talking like, I wanted him to go so bad.
Listen, well, everybody wanted to be traded when Parcells was there, it seemed like.
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously.
That's true. Tortyville says Jaworski still has nightmares. Oh, I just remember Jaworski getting killed. He killed Jaworski.
You
know, Cunningham drove him nuts.
He goes, when I would go into the tunnel at Meadowlands, he goes, I'd have nightmares about all the people in the LT jerseys as I was walking to the
LT was, I mean, look, from an Eagle fan, from watching football as long as I have, he's the most scariest defender the Eagles have ever played against.
And I can tell you this, too. The Giants fan? Michael Strahan couldn't carry Reggie White's jock either.
Yeah.
Reggie White's the best defensive end that I think. I mean, I know there's some great defensive ends out there. I never saw anybody better than Reggie White. I can tell you that.
Reggie, I mean, the thing with Reggie was he could move, man. He was 300-pound defensive end, could play defensive tackle, the end. And then, you know, they also had Clyde Simmons and Jerome Brown. That whole defensive line was scary.
So Jordan, he was part of that. I remember those Buddy Ryan defenses. They were insane. You know, Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White almost ended up on the same team. No lie. That would have been
scary. That would really have been scary.
It almost happened. The Giants may have won 4 Super Bowls in a row if that was the case.
I didn't know that he almost ended up in.
Yeah, they almost got him out of the USFL. I forgot exactly what happened, but he did almost become a Giant.
That would have been a problem. That would have been a problem.
That would have been ridiculous.
Herbert Tims, man, thank you for the super chat. He says that's the same day he took his anger out on his friend and had that man crying in the car.
Was it the same day? I didn't know that was the same day.
I don't know. That's something. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor was scary. You know, I think like some of the younger guys, man. You know, they never saw Randall. They never saw LT, Derek Thomas. I mean, there were some great players. Man.
There was Bruce Smith.
Barry Sanders. Yes. I mean, Barry Sanders. There's no running back like that. Jerry Rice. It's just crazy. Kivo, man, thank you for the super chat. What if Howie's master quarterback plan is to draft one every 2 to 3 years in the top rounds and trade one to regain capital to load up every other year position, low quarterback cost? But what if you draft somebody and they're winning? How could they ever develop if you do that? I think that's crazy. You know, if that's what he's planning.
Well, I don't think Harry Roseman's that smart, so I don't think you got to worry about that.
Unfortunately, I'm not a Howie Roseman guy, so I agree with you. JJ, thank you for super chat. Lawrence Taylor was almost as good as Reggie White. This is an interesting debate, but I think I always look at it like two different positions. LT was a 3-4 linebacker, right?
Yes.
And there's a different position of Reggie. Reggie would play 4-3 defensive end. He'd also go inside, play defensive tackle. I saw them as two different positions, but
Reggie White was a pure pass rusher. Lawrence Taylor could do everything.
He was a linebacker.
That was the difference. Lawrence Taylor was a pass rusher. He was a coverage linebacker. And again, he played the run as well as anybody. The best way to run against Lawrence Taylor was to run right at him. That's the best way to beat any great run stopper is to run right at them. And you try to run away from Lawrence Taylor, he was going to get you. Reggie White was not chasing people down from behind. It just wasn't happening.
Reggie
Taylor was the most explosive guy you.
Oh yeah.
And I love Reggie, but
yeah. Well, I just think that you can't compare both positions. I don't. Hard. You know, and it's hard for me. I can only go on who I feared the most, and it was Lawrence Taylor. You know, I'm awake. Are you? He says, I met Reggie before dude was slimmer than you think. TV adds pounds. It does, but he was 300. He was 300 pounds. Okay. He was a big guy. Jerry, thank you so much for the super chat. No one has won the NFC East with a first place schedule since 2004. That's why Washington's not winning division. I would not be surprised. You're right.
Not to mention, when's the last time we had a repeat winner in this?
04.
2004.
Yeah, 04, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not, again, until they can beat the Giants, they're not going to win the division.
Yeah, Mr. Wright says, and thank you for the super chat, he says, Derek Thomas was as good as LT, but he died. He was great. I would put LT above him, though.
Yeah, Derek Thomas was awesome.
Yeah.
Not Taylor. Actually, modeled a lot of his game after Lawrence Taylor, but
LT was one of those guys. He kind of changed, like you say, changed.
He transformed the game. Yes, he transformed that position.
Yeah. God, I hate giving Giant players that much of a compliment.
There's no way if you're a football fan, you give him Taylor credit.
You have to. Jerry, thank you so much. He says Phil Simms is better than Eli Manning. That's totally trigger you.
It's not going to trigger me. It's not true. I mean,
yeah,
that's not close to true.
Yeah, Reggie White used to throw people around one arm like they were. Reggie, yeah,
strong as an ox.
Now Phil Simms had to have nightmares about Reggie White.
Phil Simms had nightmares about that whole Eagles defense.
He talks about Reggie, the sacks, where Reggie just like he would lift his arm, all his weight would fall right on Phil Simms.
That freaking Eagles defense was. It was unbelievable. They just had no offense. You had Randall, and then you had nobody else. You had Anthony Tony as your running back. You had Keith Byers. You had Mike Quick as a receiver.
But he was older.
Jackson was probably your best receiver at tight end.
Keith Jackson was. You had
Fred
Quick
Barnett.
Was old. Chris Carter left. They cut Chris Carter.
You had Fred Barnett, right?
Barnett, Calvin Williams. They were decent, but they never coached Rand. They never really developed. Like if you would have given Andy Reid, Randall Cunningham.
Oh yeah,
different game. Different.
Cunningham was a defensive guy. That's
right. Yeah, make 3 plays, Randall, and the defense will do the rest. That was his philosophy. Kenny Vargas at Philly 500. Howie really screwed us. You need to be fired because that was a bad trade. Yeah, look, we're gonna see what he picks. You know, I have to see what he picks. You know what I mean? Before I say that's a bad trade. If somehow Devontae Smith falls to us or somehow Pitts fell to us, which I know that wouldn't happen, then I'm going to say it was a genius. You know what I mean?
I think you're still going to get your receiver, but I know Nigel freaking I know he wanted Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is going to fall to 12, but I do think that Waddle or Smith will be there. I honestly.
Yeah. I mean, look, but if Smith is there, would you want him to go to the Giants?
I'd rather have Waddle.
You'd rather have Waddle, okay.
Well, I wouldn't be upset with Smith.
Philly 500 excuses. What's up, boy? What's up, man? 500 excuses. My ass. No excuses here. You know. Victor, thank you, Victor. That's nice of you to say. Appreciate that. Yeah, Buddy Ryan didn't care about offense. Yeah, it is what it is. I appreciate having Baddog, the man from NASA. And if you guys haven't, make sure you like, subscribe, and then go click the link in the description. Sub up Baddog. If you haven't, I don't know where you've been, but you'll never get bored watching him. Always a great guy to have, especially when he's pissed off. And give the Giants about 2 weeks, and it'll be pure
2 weeks. 2 plays.
Give it a hand.
Here we go. This is the here we go. I'm all pumped up for the Giants. Here you go. First play of the game, they hand off to Saquon Barkley. He gets like 26 yards and a first down. Next play, they do a play action pass. Daniel Jones gets blindsided, fumbles the ball, and it's recovered, and there I go. There you go. That's typical Giants football.
I was waiting. I remember I don't know which week it was, but I was like, wait, people are like, Bad Dog's very happy. I'm like, give it a, it's before the season starts. And I don't know if it was like week 1, week 2. You go halftime. You go make a separate video going off. I'm like, everything is right in the world. Everything. I like my Bad Dog mad. I like my Bad Dog.
Part of my charm.
Absolutely. Buddy Ryan didn't care about offense. We have a long history of sabotaging our own quarterbacks. I agree with you. We might have sabotaged. I mean, what are you going to do if Carson goes out, throws 30, 35 touchdowns this year? I'm going to be pissed off, you know? What are your thoughts?
I see my man Dyer Giants fan there. Just always like shout out my man Dyer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. Shout out to diehard Giant fan. Shout out to all the Giant fans that came in to see Baddog. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in. Let me ask you, what are your thoughts on Saquon? I mean, we thought best running back in the league a few years ago, gets hurt. What do you think about him in general?
I'll tell you, same thing about Daniel Jones. This is a make or break year. This is the last year of Saquon's rookie contract. Of course, the Giants can give him a 5th-year option. That's part of what happens when you're drafted, in the first round. But we'll see. It's make or break. If Dave Gettleman's already come out and said we're not guaranteeing him a 5th year, he has to stay healthy. You don't want to pay your running back a lot of money because running backs have a very short lifespan in the NFL. Their prime is usually their rookie contract and then a couple of years of their second contract. But you don't want to be paying a 29-year-old running back $19 million a year. Listen, I got killed. I got killed a couple of times because as a Giants fan, I think outside the box. I'm an older guy. I'm an old school guy, so I don't think about players. I know with Madden football and fantasy football, some people get really attached to players. When we traded Odell Beckham, people still haven't let that go over here. I don't know why. I wanted Odell Beckham traded. I've always said I have the video on my page from 2018, March 2018, before the year started. I said the New York Giants should trade with the Cleveland Browns. That is on my page. I said they should trade with the Cleveland Browns. Now, I asked for a little bit too much draft capital. I was like, they should give us number 4, number 33. That didn't happen. But I wanted them gone. So I got killed for that. I made a video last year. I didn't say the Giants should trade Saquon, but I said that the Giants should listen to offers on Saquon. And, of course, I got killed for that because they're like, how can you trade Saquon? Well, if Saquon can't stay healthy, I don't care how talented he is. He has to stay on the field. Well,
he tore his ACL, right?
He did. So, as far as I know, that usually takes an entire year to heal. Now,
Adrian Peterson.
He's a specimen. He's like Adrian Peterson. He is.
Yeah.
We'll see when he comes back. I wouldn't want to hurry him back on the Giants. I want to make sure he's 100% healthy because you don't want that happening again. If he has to miss a couple of games, sometimes you got to lose the battle to win the war. You don't want to mess with him. He's got to stay healthy. That is a big thing. He and Daniel Jones both have to stay healthy. They have to play 16 games. Neither one of them played 16 games. Well, I think Saquon did his rookie season. But he had the high ankle sprain his second year. He missed 3.5 games, and he came back 3 games too soon. And then, of course, he tore it last year.
Yeah.
So he's got to stay healthy. Barkley has got to stay healthy.
Yeah, I think that's key. New York Giant forever. What's up, my man? He says, Baddog ain't going to be a Mad Dog when we play Philly week 1. Of course he is. Of course he is, because you're going to fumble the snap. You're going to fumble the ball. The punt's going to get returned for a touchdown, a field goal. Something crazy will happen.
Bad interception. I already know.
It's going to happen eventually. But I mean, I will say, because I give you a lot of grief about that. But the truth of the matter is, it goes back and forth because we owned you. Remember the Buddy Ryan days with Parcells. Then that whole stretch was like 11, 12, 13 games when Reed was first there. We couldn't beat you guys.
I know.
We could not beat you at all. It was like
90s. We owned you guys.
Yeah,
you won like 9 in a row.
I think it was. It was
2000. We beat you all 3 games in 2000.
Yeah, so that happens, and then it swings back. So these things are cyclical. At some point, they'll change. I just need to see more than one game. If you beat us, if you sweep us this year, then I'll say, it could be turning around. We'll find out.
I see a lot of comments about the offensive line. Yeah, that's a problem. But Saquon Barkley didn't tear his ACL because of the offensive line. Saquon Barkley had a 26-yard run when he did that. So that didn't have anything to do. ACL injuries are non-contact. That's how you know it's serious. When a guy goes down with a non-contact injury, that's bad. Also, Barkley's main issue, he dances around too much. Barkley needs to hit the hole and go. Or just lower your shoulders and get 2 yards. Not every play is meant to be a 70-yard touchdown. He's got to learn that. Wayne Gallman came in there. Wayne Gallman had, 4 100-yard games for us? Wayne Gallman ain't Saquon Barkley. Wayne Gallman was getting, I would cheer, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 6. I'm like, there you go. He lowered his shoulder, got 2 yards. Barkley needs to learn to do that. Barkley's got to stop trying to make something out of nothing and get 2 yards. 2nd and 8 is better than 2nd and 13. That's my biggest issue with Saquon. The offensive line is better. But we ran the ball 6 straight games. We had over 100 yards on the ground. So the offensive line was good enough run blocking. I think run blocking, they're okay. Pass blocking, they need a lot of help.
Right. Yeah. Kenny says, "Yo, Baddog, your Giants not suck or are going to suck this draft because it does suck. And he's going to be laughing at your Giants when you win 6 games." Okay, I guess so. He's going to be laughing at you.
I don't know. He's got to lay off the sauce a little bit. I don't know what that was. You got a translator in there with you? I don't know what you said.
Danny says, "Hey, Philly, why did you compare Wentz going to Indy like Cunningham going to Minneapolis? I'm too young to remember Cunningham's swing." Because Cunningham actually took a year off, but it made me sick when Cunningham went to Minneapolis because I knew he had something left. I knew he was going to be good. He wound up winning the MVP that year. He was awesome. That was Randy Moss's rookie year. And I think that you put Carson in a situation where you have talent around him. You put up with a good coach. Carson was not shot. Carson has something left. He's 27 years old. I could very well see a situation where he goes to the Colts and they win 10, 12 games. I do. So it reminds me of that because I think we let Cunningham go too early, and I think we let Carson go too early. That's why it reminds me of it.
Cunningham had been in the league a long time.
He had, and the problem was that like Gruden was the offensive coordinator. They wanted to go to this West Coast offense, and you're asking Cunningham, who was already a veteran, did his thing for so long, to do that, and they really didn't give him a chance. They were very they put him in. He struggled a little bit. They took him out. They put Rodney Peete was the backup. He became the starter, and I thought they gave up on him too early. Randall is one of my favorites.
I don't understand I just don't understand what the hell happened with Carson Wentz. I guess I'll never figure that out. Why they gave him all that money and then they drafted a quarterback.
I don't know.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
They treated him like crap. I don't get it. The guy won you. Listen, I know he didn't technically win the Super Bowl, but you probably would have anyway. You guys were 12. So. You guys going to win the MVP that. You had 33 touchdowns and 7 picks in 12 games.
Right.
He was the best quarterback in the league that year. So I don't know. Losing Frank Reich hurt him more than tearing his ACL, in my opinion.
It did. I agree. I don't know. I mean, I always felt like they never gave Carson the right weapons, but I also felt like after, they had Frank Reich. Carson plays great. Foles comes in. They change the offense. They go real heavy RPO with Foles. Then it was like the following year they wanted Carson to run that same offense. And I feel like they never really adjusted their offense and built it around him and his strengths. Yep. And then I think what they said to him last year was, and this is my theory, but they told Carson, look, you get hurt too much. We just had a playoff game. You run, you dive, you get a concussion. We don't want you to run. We want you to be a pocket passer. Put on some weight so you can take some more hits, so you can sit in the pocket a little better. And he did that. And when they did it, they took away the part of his game that he was really good at, moving on the run, getting out of trouble. And I thought that hurt him. But do I think Carson is done? No, not by a long shot.
No, I don't either.
Oh, here's my kind of question. Baddog, time travel real?
Tell you what, if it is, I'll be the first one to go back to the 80s. I can tell you that.
I'm with you. I'm going. Get the hell out of here, man.
Yes. Yeah.
You ain't kidding.
I go back to when time travel really got started, and that's Back to the Future 1985. We'll go right back to that year, right there.
I'm with you. Let's go. I'm ready. I'll take the whole family and go. We'll do like 5 more minutes. It's getting long. I appreciate you coming on. We've been on for over an hour, so.
Wait, before we finish this.
Yeah.
So you Eagle fans in the chat. So I don't know if any of you guys.
Oh, here we go.
You guys girls are aware of this, okay? My Giants fans are. So the other day, I went to my PO box and I had a few things in there, which of course I'm greatly appreciative. So I opened a package. It's an Eagles jersey, and I'm like, "Who the hell sent me these? It's an Eric Allen jersey." And I've always said Eric Allen was my favorite Eagle, and I always loved the 80s style Eagle with the Eagle with the wings spread. I always thought that was cool. Like somebody was nice enough to give me an Eric Allen jersey. It was Johnny Letourneau. It's the Phillies ace. He's the freaking man, right?
Yeah. Shout out to him.
So what I want to do this year, this is the bet, Philly. This is the bet because I'm not going to wear that in public. Okay, this is this. I'm not going to wear it. So the Giants play the Eagles twice. The first game, if you win, if the Eagles beat the Giants, the next time the Eagles play the Giants, I will stream with the Eric Allen jersey on. If we beat you, I don't care what you got to wear some kind of Giants gear on your torso.
Okay.
For the game.
I accept that bet.
Okay.
I accept that bet.
Here we go.
No doubt about it. Gus, thank you for a super chat. Philly, can we please hear Baddog song before you call it quits? Yeah, I'll give it to you on the way out. But before that, I got one more. We got to tell them. I want you to tell them about the NASA thing because I don't think my people have heard it on my channel. Okay. But this is good. This is
hilarious. So, I don't even know how I find this, but I'm on YouTube and it's like a live space shuttle thing showing the Earth. They're up in space. They're showing the Earth. So I text Philly. I say, "Yo, get in this stream and check this out. This shows you that this is real." So he goes in there, and he's like, "I just said hi to you." I said, "Where the hell are you?" He's like, "I'm in there. I just said hi to you." I go, "You didn't say hi to me. I'm sitting right here. You're not in here. I don't see you. What are you talking about? You in a wrong stream, different stream?" He's like, "I'm in there. I just said, hey, what's up, Baddog?" I'm like, "No, you didn't. You're not in there." He shows me a picture. He takes a screenshot and shows it to me. And sure enough, he didn't say, "Baddog, what's up?" NASA blocked him from the channel.
That's right. I am blocked from NASA.
Blocked him from their channel.
I am literally blocked from NASA streams, SpaceX streams. I've never said anything to these people except for Stanley Kubrick would be proud. That was all I've ever said. And I'm blocked. So I'm very skeptical of NASA and Baddog's connections with it. No doubt about it. It's hilarious.
Oh, that was one of the best things ever. I was like, "Oh my God, you blocked."
I know. It's crazy, right? It is crazy.
You know too much.
I know too much. That's the problem. That's the problem. No question about it.
All the secrets getting out. Like, how does this guy know?
I calculate the calculations of the quarter. When I see the moon in the middle of the sky at 1 p.m, I think we got a problem.
I told you driving into work this morning, I thought about you because the sun was rising over here and the big full moon was over there. I said, "Oh, I should take a picture."
And then sometimes if you go to like Google Earth, you go to these things and it tells you where the moon is. It's like the moon should be over Australia. And I'm going, well, how the hell can I see it right here? It's weird. It's very, very weird.
Where you can see the sun.
It's strange. If the sun reflects the moon, why can I see the moon during the day? I don't get it. If the moon reflects the sun, rather.
It's all a trick.
It is. There's something strange going on. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Just not on this channel.
You first. They're watching you.
Oh, they're after me. No question.
I know.
No question. All right. Well, let me thank Baddog for coming on. I appreciate it, man. Had a great time. Good luck to your Giants. I hope we could do this again.
Sure. Listen, you got my number anytime. You're always welcome on my channel. I love streaming with you, man. It's a lot of fun. And I will say this. I mean, obviously, I can't stand the Eagles. Like I hate the Eagles on the passion. Like I said, I'll tell you a quick story. I'll be honest. A lot of my channel's success, or the growth of my channel, really hinges on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Because a lot of you don't know, when I started YouTube back in 2014, I was a trash talker. This is what I did. I just talked trash. I didn't do content the way I did. 2017, the Giants lost 13 games for the only time in their 96-year history. Only time. And that was the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. At that point, I said, how can I talk trash anymore? Like, it's over. I can't do this anymore. I have to do something else. So I did. And then my channel began to grow. But one thing I found out about this in the last 3 years is, as much as I hate the Eagles, there's a lot of awesome Eagle fans on YouTube.
Yeah.
There really is. I have met so many awesome Eagle fans. Some of my best supporters in my streams are Eagle fans.
Yeah.
And that's the fun. But we can talk trash back and forth and have a lot of fun with it. But I would have never met guys like you, Brunson, Joey Shakes. I would have never been able to have streams with you guys. So I appreciate it, man. The Eagle fan base there's a lot.
No, I was going to say, I feel the same way with Giant fans, even Cowboy fans. I have a lot of Giant fans, a lot of Cowboy fans, and, I love them to death. They're great supporters, and really, that's part of it. I mean, you should be able to be following each other and talking smack and having fun. It's kind of what sports is about. You know what I mean?
Especially in this division.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best division in sports as far as I'm concerned. Even when it's bad, it's not. It's always interesting.
Like last year, it was terrible, but it was fun because we were all a part of it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun this year, especially when we sweep your asses.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
The Eagles are going to win the division. You all are going to be so pissed. I hope it happens.
I don't know about that either. I'll tell you what.
Hurts goes out, throws 30 touchdowns.
The second game when we play, you were going to look really good in that Giants blue when you're streaming in that Giants.
That's going to be tough. Oh man,
really
that
good.
would be hard. I'll get Giant. I'll either get jersey or I'll get a shirt and then I'll get a Giant hat.
I mean, don't pay $100 for a jersey or whatever.
I'll get a shirt or a hat, and then what I'll do is I'll use the hat when I do my Pizzle imitations. I'll have a Giant hat ready to go for the swamp rat.
There you go.
That guy, I don't talk to that guy for months, and then you go on your channel and he's still crying about the last week of season.
Oh, that was fun. That 24-hour stream, that was awesome.
Yeah,
having Pizzle and Chris on there at the same time, that was fun. You're a good sport because it was 3 against 1. Well, Chris not really. He's not more than I'm an attacker. Cop Pizzle's an attack. Chris is more.
Chris is just laugh. Yeah.
I'm aggressive.
It was great though. I mean, it was fun. You got to be able to go on and take that kind of crap. You just got to be.
It's all fun.
Yeah, it is. And look, like I go back at it with Pizzle. I really like him actually. I like the guy. I think he's funny and entertaining.
He's awesome. Hey, listen, I raised almost $1,000 for Make-A-Wish on that.
Oh, did you? Good.
We raised $950, so that was awesome.
I don't know how you do 24-hour stream though. I tell you, I couldn't do it.
You could. You put your mind to it. Like I said, I do this for charity, so there's no way I'm giving up on the kids.
That's true.
Having guests on there definitely helps.
Yeah. I'm sure.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I started doing them the Saturday before I take a week off of work because it legitimately takes me like 3 days to recover from that. It's tough.
I bet. Asia Robertson, shout out to you. Yo, 500. What's up? And what's up, Baddog? You loon. Sorry about the Sixers tonight. Are you ready for opening day Thursday? Yeah, I'm gonna be working opening day, but I will watch the game. And I did see the Sixers got their butt kicked today. But it is what it is.
You're always gonna see Asia. Asia's everywhere. Asia's a great supporter of the sport.
Oh, Asia is one of them. I mean, she's great. Always been a great supporter. No doubt about it. But well, listen. I know it's getting late. I want to thank Baddog for coming on. If you guys haven't, click the link in the description and go sub him up, which I don't know why you wouldn't have by now. I think everybody knows Baddog, but definitely sub him up. You won't be disappointed. And once again, Baddog, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me on. Like I said, we'll definitely work more together in the future. You got my number. We'll do it again. I always love streaming with you, man. We always have a lot of fun.
It is.
Before you go, you better do the Baddog is a man.
Oh, the Baddog. You almost forgot. Baddog. Oh. Now this is like my number one hit.
Yeah, this is a big one.
I don't even know how. Like I think I started because people were coming to me after the Eagle. You guys blew a big lead.
19-3, yeah.
Yeah, and so everybody's like, Baddog's mad. Baddog's mad. I was just like, Baddog is a mad dog, cause he knows the Giants always stink. They trade Odell, come draft Daniel Jones. He's got the ugly feet on YouTube, and he works for NASA. Thank you.
But don't forget, I watched Breaking Bad finally.
Oh, you did watch Breaking Bad. Oh my God, dude, we could do a whole episode stream about Breaking Bad.
We could do a whole stream on Breaking Bad.
My God, I love that show. I have to watch it like every 2 years. Have you watched Better Call Saul yet?
I have not.
Yeah, you're gonna like that. The one I need you to watch now is Sopranos. You need to
watch The Sopranos.
Sopranos and The Wire. I won't steer you wrong because I told Baddog I was like Baddog, you gotta watch Breaking Bad. I don't know.
You're like a month.
Baddog, stream yourself watching Breaking Bad. I'm not gonna do it.
I couldn't wait. I think I told you, like I had a vacation. I was off for like 9 days, and I think I watched like 4 seasons. My vacation. I couldn't get enough. I'm in a hotel room up in Lake George. My wife and my son are asleep, and I'm like, they're sleeping. 1 o'clock in the morning. They got Amazon here. Let me get a couple episodes in. Couldn't wait.
I know. I did the same thing. I was in Vegas, And I was sitting there talking to my dad. He's like, "Do you ever watch Breaking Bad?" I'm like, "Nah." He's like, "You got to watch just the pilot." So I watched just the pilot. Got home from Vegas, and me and my wife spent a whole weekend, like up to like 4 or 5 in the morning, watching it. Could not stop watching it. And it was always like, "I'm going to bed after this." It would be like midnight. Like, "Oh, one more episode." No, I can't end it like that.
That was it. Yeah, just one more. I just got to see one more. I just got to see what. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I should probably get some sleep.
Yeah, it was great, but I'm glad you finally watched that. So shout out to Baddog for watching Breaking Bad finally. Now I got to get him to watch the Sopranos.
Pound Breaking Bad, dog.
Pound Breaking Bad. I still say pound all the time.
I know, that's funny.
It's a pound to me. It's not a hashtag.
When you grew up with a touch-tone phone, it's a pound.
People are like, "What are you talking?" People don't know what I'm talking about when I say pound. It's hilarious.
No.
All right. Well, listen, Baddog, thanks for coming on. Everybody, thank you. All the likes, subscribers, super chats, all the mods. You did a great job. Want to thank you guys again. Going to do another one of these Know Your Enemy ones. I'll let you know when the next one of those is actually, because I don't even know. But with that said, I'm going to let everybody go. You guys take care. I will talk to you later. And, of course, don't be a dingbat. Baddog, I'll see you, buddy.
All right.